It's mine already? How? Surely not. Surely not the sky and the stars too. That's very generous. Perhaps too generous? Thank you. What are you thinking about?
Music.
How can you think about music? You either hear it or you don't.
Well, I'm hearing it.
Oh. I read a book today.
Did you?
Yes, it was very interesting.
That's good.
Don't you want to know what it was about?
Of course.
There were stories about people's lives, how some come out well and others come out badly.
Do you love the book?
Yes, I think so.
Why?
Because it can be interesting to hear dead people who wrote books agree or disagree with what you think.
Why?
Because it makes you a larger part of the human community. It had very interesting arguments.
Oh. Interesting arguments are good arguments?
Kind of.
I didn't know an argument should be interesting. I thought it should be right or wrong.
Well, these particular arguments were very interesting.
Well, maybe you should make up your own thoughts instead of reading them in a book.
I do think up my own thoughts.
Well, I know you do. I love how much you love books. Don't be mad. I made a song for you today.
Did you?
Yep. It's not interesting. Or not interesting. Just
Will you sing it for me?
I have too many words.
Let's go in the water.
Okay. Wait. Remember this melody.
I'm bad at remembering melodies. Why don't you remember it?
Well, I have 11 other ones in my head. It'll make for a total of 12. Let's hear it. That's good. Try clapping it out.
How's that?
We'll practice.
I don't need to know about rhythm. I have my books.
Don't books have rhythm?
Kind of. Let's go in the water.
Will you remember my melody in the water?
Of course. I will always remember your melody. It will be imprinted on my heart like wax.
Thank you.
You're welcome. When are you going to play me the whole song?
I want to get 12 instruments.
Where are you going to get 12 instruments?
I'm going to turn each strand of your hair into an instrument. Your hair will stand on its head as it becomes the hair orchestra and fly you into the sky.
I don't know if I want to be an instrument.
Why not?
Won't I fall down when the song ends?
That's true. But the clouds will be so moved by your music that they'll fill up with water and they'll grow heavy. And you'll sit on one and you'll fall down to earth. Gently. How about that?
Okay.
But then so.
What is it?
Well, your hair will be my orchestra. And I love you.
I love you too.
Well, how do you remember?
That I love you?
Yes.
That's easy. I can't help it.
Well, I better tie a string around your finger to remind you.
Is there string at the ocean?
Well, I always carry string, just in case I come upon a broken instrument. But then again, it always gets entangled on my shoulders. This here. That too tight?
No. It's fine.
Well, there. It's settled.
That's a very particular finger.
Yes.
You're aware of that?
Yes.
How aware?
Very well.
Orpheus. Are we?
I don't know. You tell me.
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
No. I wasn't thinking. I mean, yes. Just yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Your heart is full of music.
Maybe you could also give me another ring, a gold one, to put over the string one, you know?
Whatever makes you happy. Do you still have my melody?
It's right here.
Music. I'm just kidding. I'm thinking about you. And music.
Let's go to my house. I'll race you.
I'll race you.
I'll race you.
I'll race you. Dear Eurydice, a letter for you on your wedding day. There is no choice of any importance in life but the choosing of a beloved. I haven't met Orpheus, but he seems like a serious young man. I understand he's a musician. If I were to give a speech at your wedding, I would start off with one or two funny jokes, and then I might offer some words of advice. I would say, cultivate the arts, dancing and small talk, everything in moderation, court the companionship and respect of dogs. Grilling a fish or toasting bread without burning it requires singleness of purpose, vigilance, and steadfast watching. Keep quiet about politics, but vote for the right man. Take care to change the light bulb, and continue to give yourself to others, because that is the ultimate satisfaction in life. To love, accept, honor, and help others. As for me, this is what it's like being dead. The atmosphere smells, and there are these high-pitched ringing noises like a tea kettle boiling over. But it doesn't seem to bother anyone, and for the most part, you can socialize and work much like at home. I work in the business world, and it seems that here you can better understand the far-reaching consequences of your actions. Also, I'm one of the few dead people who still remembers how to read or write. Now, that's the secret. If anyone were to find out, they'd dig me in the river again. I write you letters. I don't know how to get them to you. Love your father.
I hate parties. And a wedding party is the biggest party of all. All the guests arrived, and Orpheus is taking a shower. He's always taking a shower when the guests arrive, so he doesn't have to greet them. Then I have to greet them. A wedding is for daughters and fathers. The mothers all dress up, trying to look like young women. But a wedding is for a father and a daughter. They stop being married to each other on that day. I always thought there'd be more interesting people at my wedding.
Are you a homeless person?
No?
Oh. Well, I'm on my way to a party where there are really very interesting people. Would you like to join me?
No, I just left my own party.
You must be a very interesting person to leave your own party like that.
I was thirsty.
You mustn't care at all what other people think of you. I always say that's the mark of a really interesting person. Don't you?
I guess.
So, would you like to accompany me on this interesting affair?
No, thank you. I just got married, you see.
Oh, lots of people do that.
That's true. Lots of people do.
What's your name?
Eurydice?
Eurydice.
Goodbye then.
Goodbye. Dear Eurydice,
Else but me, anyone else but me, anyone else but me, no, 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 under the apple tree, anyone else but me, till I come marching home.
I'm warm. Are you warm?
Yes,
I'm going to get a drink of
no,
water.
don't go.
I'll be right back.
Promise?
Yes.
I can't stand up letting you out of my sight tonight.
Silly goose. Oh, you're still here.
yes, I forgot to tell you something. I have a letter addressed to Eurydice. That's you, from your father.
That's not possible.
He wrote down some thoughts for your wedding day.
Let me see.
I left it at home. It got delivered to my elegant high-rise apartment by mistake.
Why didn't you say so before?
You left in such a hurry.
From my father?
Yes,
You're sure?
yes.
I knew he'd send something.
It'll just take a moment. I live around the block. What an interesting dress you're wearing.
Thank you.
Eurydice? Eurydice? Where did she go? Eurydice?
Voila.
You're very high up.
Yes,
I feel a little faint.
it'll pass.
Have you ever thought about installing an elevator?
No, I prefer stairs. I think architecture's so interesting, don't you?
Oh, yes. So where's the letter?
But isn't this an interesting building?
It's so high up.
Yes.
There's no one here. I thought you were having a party.
I like to celebrate things quietly with a few other interesting people. Don't you? Would you like some champagne?
Maybe some water?
Water it is. Make yourself comfortable.
I can't stay long. I can see my wedding from here. The people are so small. They're dancing. There's Orpheus. He's not dancing.
So, who's this guy you're marrying?
His name is Orpheus.
Orpheus? That's not a very interesting name. I've heard it before.
Well, maybe you've heard of him. He's kind of famous. He plays the most beautiful music in the world, actually.
I can't hear you.
So the letter was delivered here? Today?
That's right.
Through the post?
It was. Mysterious. Voila. So, Eurydice, tell me one thing. Name me one person you find interesting.
Why?
Just making conversation.
Right. All the interesting people I know are dead or speak French.
Well, I don't speak French, Eurydice.
I'm sorry, I have to go. There's no letter, is there?
Of course there's a letter. It's right here. Eurydice, I'm not interesting, but I'm strong. You could teach me to be interesting. I would listen. Orpheus is too busy listening to his own thoughts. There's music in his head. Try to pluck the music out and it bites you. I'll bet you had an interesting thought today, for instance. I'll bet you're always having the way you tilt your head to the side and stare.
sorry. I have to go.
Relax.
Goodbye.
Wait! Eurydice, don't go. I love you.
Oh, no.
You need to get yourself a real man. A man with broad shoulders like me. Orpheus has long fingers that would tremble to pet a bull or pluck a bee from a hive.
What do you know about my husband's fingers?
A man who can put his big arm around your little shoulders as he leads you through the crowd. A man who answers the door at parties. A man with big hands, with big, stupid hands like potatoes. A man who can carry a cow in labor. My lips were meant to kiss your eyelids. That's obvious.
Close your eyes then. It's his handwriting.
Of course it is.
Goodbye.
Don't do that, you'll trip.
Orpheus!
Eurydice! No!
We are a chorus of stones.
I'm a little stone.
I'm a big stone. I'm a quiet stone.
I'm a loud stone.
We are all four stones.
We live with the dead people in the land of the dead.
Eurydice was a great musician. Orpheus was his wife. Orpheus was a great musician. Eurydice was his wife. She died.
Then he played the saddest music, even we.
The stones.
Cried when we heard it.
Oh. Look, she's coming into the land of the dead now. Oh.
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 We might say poor Eurydice, but stones don't feel bad for dead people. Eurydice wants to speak to you, but she can't speak your language anymore. She talks in the language of dead people now.
It's a very quiet language.
Like if the pores in your face opened up and talked.
Like potatoes sleeping in dirt. Pretend that you understand her, or she'll be embarrassed.
Yes, pretend for a moment that you understand the language of stones.
Listen to her the way you would listen to your own daughter if she died too young and tried to speak to you across long distances.
There was a roar and a coldness. I think my husband was with me. What was my husband's name? My husband's name. Do you know it? How strange. I don't remember. It was horrible to see his face when I died. His eyes were two black birds, and they flew to me. I said, "No, stay where you are. He needs you in order to see." When I got through the cold, they made me swim in a river. And I forgot his name. I forgot all the names. I remember his name starts with my mouth shaped like a ball of twine. Or, I forget. They took me to a tiny boat. I only just fit inside. I looked at the oars and I wanted to cry. I tried to cry, but I just drooled a little. I'll try now. What happiness it would be to cry. I was not lonely, only alone with myself, begging myself not to leave my own body, but I was leaving. Goodbye, head, I said. It inclined itself a little, as though to nod to me in a solemn kind of way. How do you say goodbye to yourself?
a train, but there is no train. The train has wheels that are not wheels.
There's the opposite of a wheel and the opposite of smoke and the opposite of a train.
Oh, I'm waiting for someone to meet me, I think.
Eurydice?
At last, a porter to meet me. Do you happen to know where the bank is? I need money. I've just arrived. I need to exchange my money at the Bureau de Change. I didn't bring any traveler's checks because I left in such a hurry. They didn't even let me pack my suitcase. There's nothing in it. That's funny, right? Funny, haha. I suppose I can buy new clothes here. I would really love a bath.
Eurydice!
What is that language you're speaking? It gives me tingles. Say it again.
Eurydice!
Ooh, it's like a fruit. Again.
Eurydice, I'm your father.
Eurydice, I'm your father. How strange. You remind me of someone, but I can't understand a word you're saying. Say it again.
Your father.
Shut up! Shut up! She doesn't understand you. She's dead now, too. You have to speak in the language of stones.
You're dead now. I'm dead too.
Yes, I need a reservation for the fancy hotel.
When you were alive, I was your father.
Father is not a word that dead people understand.
He is what we call subversive.
When you were alive, I was your tree.
My tree, yes. The tall one in the backyard. I used to sit all day in its shade. Ah, there. Shade.
There's a problem here.
Is there any entertainment at the hotel? Any dancing ladies like with the great big fans?
I named you Eurydice. Your mother named all the other children, but Eurydice I chose for you.
Be careful, sir.
Eurydice, I wanted to remember your name. I asked the stones, they said, forget the names. The names make you remember.
We told you how it works.
One day, it would not stop raining. I heard your name inside the rain. Somewhere between the drops, I saw falling letters. Each letter of your name, I began to translate. E, I remembered elephants. U, I remembered ulcers and under. Y, youth and yellow. D, dog, dig, daughter, day. Time poured into my head. The days of the week, hours, months.
The tree talks so beautifully.
Don't listen.
I feel suddenly hungry. Where is the porter who met me at the station?
Here I am.
I would like a continental breakfast, please. Maybe some rolls and butter. Oh, and jam. Please, take my suitcase to my room if you would.
I'm sorry, miss, but there are no rooms here.
What? No rooms? Where do people sleep?
People don't sleep here.
I have to say, I'm very disappointed. It's been such a tiring day. I've been traveling all day. First on a river, then on an elevator that rained, then on a train. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't cry, don't cry.
I don't know where I am, and there are all these stones, and I hate them. They're horrible. I want a bath. I thought someone would meet me at the station.
Don't be sad. I'll take your luggage to your room.
There are no rooms.
Dear Eurydice, I miss you. No, it's not enough. Dear Eurydice, symphony for 12 instruments. Love, Orpheus.
that will do. Oh, I suppose you want a tip. Would you run it back for me?
Yes, miss.
Oh.
Dear Eurydice, I love you. I'm going to find you. I play the saddest music now that you're gone. You know I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
There are letters for you, miss.
Letters?
Letters. They're addressed to you.
There's dirt on it.
Miss,
What is it?
would you like me to read you the letter?
Read the letter?
You can't do it with your feet. It's addressed to Eurydice. That's you.
That's you.
You. It says, I love you.
I love you.
It's like your tree.
Tall. Green.
It's like sitting in the shade.
Oh.
It's like sitting in the shade with no clothes on.
Oh, yes.
I'll find you. I play the saddest music.
Music?
It's like that.
Go on.
You know how much I hate writing letters. I'll give this letter to a worm. I hope he finds you. Love, Orpheus.
Orpheus?
Orpheus.
That word, it's like I can't breathe. Orpheus, my husband! Oh!
Dear Eurydice, last night I had a dream that we climbed Mount Olympus and we started to make love. And all the strands of your hair turned into little faucets, and then water was coming out of your head. And I said, why is water coming out of your hair? And you said, gravity is very compelling. Then we jumped off the mountain and we flew through the clouds, and you held your knee to your chest because you skated on the shadow cloud. Then we fell into a salty lake. Then I woke up and the window frightened me. And I thought, Eurydice is dead. Then I thought, who is Eurydice? And then the whole room started to float. And I thought, what are people? And then my bedclothes smiled at me with this crooked, green smile. And I thought, who am I? It scares me, Eurydice. Please come back. Love, Orpheus.
Did you get my letters?
No, you wrote me letters?
Every day.
What did they say?
Nothing much, just the usual stuff.
Tell me the names of my mother and brothers and sisters.
I don't think that's a good idea. It will make you sad.
I want to know.
It's a long time to be sad.
I'd rather be sad.
Being sad is not allowed.
another.
Ostracize.
What does it mean?
To exclude. The Greeks decided who to banish. They wrote the name of the banished person on a white piece of pottery called ostrakon.
Ostrakon. Another.
Peripatetic, from the Greek. It means to walk slowly, speaking of weighty manners in bare feet.
Peripatetic. A learned fruit wandering through the snow. Another.
The defunct.
Defunct.
It means dead in a very abrupt way. Not the way I died, which was slowly, but all at once in cowboy boots.
Tell me a story of when you were young.
Well, there was the time your uncle shot at me with a BB gun, and I got so mad at him that I swallowed a nail. And then there was the time when I went to a dude ranch. I was riding a horse and I lassoed a car. The lady in the car got out and spanked me, and your grandmother spanked me too.
Remember the Christmas when she got me a doll, and I said, if I see one more doll, I'm going to throw up.
I think Grammy was a little surprised when you said that.
Tell me a story about your mother.
The most vivid recollections I have of Mother was seeing her in the house at parties playing the piano. When she was younger, she was extremely animated. She could really play the piano. She could play everything by ear. They called her Flaming Sally.
I never saw Grammy play the piano.
She was never the same after my father died. My father was a very gentle man.
Tell me a story about your father.
My father and I used to duck hunt on the Mississippi River. He would call up old Frank the night before and ask, "Where are the ducks moving tonight?" Now, old Frank, he could really call the ducks. It was hard for me to kill the poor little ducks, but you get caught up in the fervor of it. You'd get as many as 10 ducks, and if you went over the limit, there were only so many ducks per person. My father would throw the extra ducks to the side of the creek we were paddling on and make sure there was no game warden around. If the warden was gone, my father would run back and get the extra ducks and throw them in the back of the car. My father was never a great conversationalist, but he loved to rhapsodize about hunting. He would always say, "If I ever have to die, it's in a duck pond." And he did.
There was something I always wanted to ask you. A story or someone's name. I forget.
Don't worry, you'll remember. There's plenty of time.
Dear Eurydice, I wonder if you miss reading books in the underworld.
What is this? What are you? What do you do? What do you do? Say something. I hate you. Damn you!
two alone will sing like birds in a cage. And when thou dost ask my blessing, I'll kneel down and ask of thee forgiveness. So we'll live and pray and sing.
For Eurydice? E-U-R-Y? Yeah, that's right. No, there's no last name. Well, it's not like that. No, I don't know the country. I don't know the city either. I don't know the street. I don't know, it probably starts with a vowel or something. Well, would you mind just checking, please? I would really appreciate it. What do you mean you can't enter a city without a name? Okay, well, thank you for trying. Wait, miss, it's a special case. She's dead. Well, thank you for trying. You have a good day, too. I'll find you. Don't move.
Tell me another story of when you were young.
Well, there was my first piano recital. I was playing I Got Rhythm. I played the first 4 chords and I couldn't remember the rest, so I ran out of the room and locked myself in the bathroom.
Then what happened?
Well, your grandmother dragged me out of the bathroom and made me apologize to everyone in the auditorium. I never played piano after that, but I still remember those first 4 chords. Da, 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 da.
What are the words?
I can't remember. Let's see. Da, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, dee, da, da, dee, dee, da. Da, da, dee, da, 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 dee, da, 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 dee, da, da, dee, da, da, dee, dee, da.
What is that noise?
Stop singing!
Stop singing! Neither of you can carry a tune.
It's awful.
Dead people can't sing!
I'm not a very good singer.
Neither am I.
Knock, knock!
Who's there?
I am the Lord of the Underworld.
Very funny.
I am.
Prove it.
I can do chin-ups inside your bones. Close your eyes.
Ow!
See? You're pretty.
You're little.
I grow downward, like a turnip.
What do you want?
I want to see if you're comfortable. You're not itchy?
No.
That's good. Sometimes the residents get itchy. Then I scratch them.
I'm not itchy.
What's all this string?
It's my room.
Rooms are not allowed! Tell her!
Rooms are not allowed!
Who made your room?
My father.
Fathers are not allowed! Where is he?
He's at work.
We'll have to dip you in the river again. And make sure you're good and don't.
Please don't.
Ooh, say that again. It's nice.
Please don't.
Say in my ear.
Please don't.
I like that. I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
I have a husband.
Husbands are for children. You need a lover. I'll be back. See that she's comfortable.
We will.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going. Can you tell? I'm going.
If a drop of water can enter the soil with a particular angle, in a particular pitch, well, what's to say a man can ride one note into the earth like a fireman's pole? Eurydice. That's it, that's the note. That one right there.
Orpheus never liked words. He had his music. He would get a funny look on his face, and I would say, "What are you thinking about?" And he would always be thinking about music. If we went to a restaurant, sometimes he would look sullen and wouldn't talk to me. And I thought people felt sorry for me. I should have realized women envied me. Their husbands talked too much. But I wanted to talk to him about my notions. I was working on a new philosophical system. It involved hats. This is what it is to love an artist. The moon is always rising above your house. The houses of your neighbors look dull and lacking in moonlight. But he is always going away from you. Inside his head, there is always something more beautiful. Orpheus said the mind is a slide ruler. It can fit around anything. Words can mean anything. Show me your body, he said. It only means one thing.
Before I go down there, I want you to know, I won't practice my music. Well, some say practice, but practice is a word invented by cowards. The animals don't have a word for practice. The gazelle doesn't run for practice. He runs because he's scared or hungry. The bird doesn't sing for practice. She sings because she's happy or sad. So I say, store it up. When songs are pressing against my throat, then, only then, will I sing for the devils, and they will cry through their parched throats. Eurydice, please don't kiss a dead man. Their lips look red and tempting, but you put your tongue in their mouth and it tastes like oatmeal. I know how much you hate oatmeal. I'm going to wave death. Here's my plan. Tonight, when I go to bed, put a straw in my mouth. When I go to sleep, my breath will push me through the straw. I will sing your name, and I will arrive. I've consulted the almanacs, the footstools, and the architects, and everybody agrees. I found the right note. Wait for me, Eurydice. Love, Orpheus.
I got a letter from Orpheus.
What did he say?
He says he's going to come find me.
How?
He's going to sing.
Someone is knocking.
Who is it? Who is it?
No one knocks at the door of the dead.
Who are you?
I'm Orpheus.
I am the Lord of the the underworld.
You're so young.
Don't be rude.
Oh, sorry. Did you like my music?
No, I prefer happy music with a nice beat.
Okay.
You've come for Eurydice.
Yes.
And you thought singing would get you through the gates of hell?
Well, see here, I want my wife. What do I have to do?
You'll have to do more than sing.
I'm not quite sure what you mean, sir.
Start walking home. Your wife is right in the road behind you. We make it real nice here so people want to stick around. As you walk, keep your eyes facing front. If you look back at her, poof! She's gone.
I can't look at her?
No,
Why not?
because.
Because?
Because!
So I look straight ahead, that's all?
Yes.
That's easy.
Good!
I hear him at the gates. That's his music. He's come to save me.
Do you want to go with him?
Yes, of course. Oh, you'll be lonely, won't you?
No, no. You should go to your husband. You should have grandchildren. You'll all come down and meet me one day.
Are you sure?
You should love your family until the grapes grow dust on their purple faces. I'll take you to him.
Now?
It's for the best. Is that it?
Yes, I think so.
His shoulders aren't very broad. Can he take care of you? Are you sure?
Yes.
But there's one thing you need to know. If he turns around and sees you, you'll die a second death. Those are the rules. So step quietly and don't cry out.
I won't.
Goodbye.
I'll come back. I seem to keep dying.
Don't let them dip you in the river too long the second time. Hold your breath.
I'll look for a tree.
I'll write you letters.
Where will I find them?
I don't know yet. I'll think of something. Goodbye. Eurydice.
Goodbye. Wait, come back.
You can't go back now, Eurydice.
Face forward.
Keep walking.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Your husband is waiting for you, Eurydice.
I don't recognize him. That's a stranger.
Go on, it's him.
I want to go home. I want my father.
You're all grown up now. You have a husband.
Turn around.
Why?
Because
It's a stupid reason.
Orpheus braved the gates of hell to find you. He played the saddest music.
Even we.
The stones.
Cried when we heard it.
That's Orpheus?
Yes, that's him.
Where's his music?
It's in your head.
Orpheus!
What? You startled me.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't know.
You always clap your hands on the third
Slow
beat.
Rhythm.
You wouldn't wait for the fourth,
Such
and
a
I tried to
short
teach you.
spell.
But your sense
All
of rhythm, it was
right.
off.
Why?
You were always
No.
one step ahead of the music.
Somewhere. A breath. Ride, ride, ride.
It's dangerous not to have a sense of rhythm. You lose things when you can't keep a simple beat. Why'd you have to say my name, Eurydice?
I'm sorry.
I know we used to fight, and it seems so silly now.
If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers.
Why?
If ifs and ands were pots and pans, there'd be no need for tinkers. I think I see the gates, the stones, the boats. It looks familiar. The stones look happy to see me.
No, don't look.
Wow, that's the happiest I've ever seen them.
Think of the things we did.
So bright, it looks familiar, like home.
I wore a red
Our
sweater.
house was gray with a red door.
I took you ice skating.
Cute house.
Will you talk to me? Eurydice, we've known each other for centuries. I want to reminisce. Remember when you wanted your name in a song? So I put your name in a song. When I played my music at the gates of hell, I was singing your name over and over and over again. Eurydice.
Finally, some peace, quiet, like the old days.
No music, no conversation. How about that?
With Eurydice gone, it will be a second death for me.
Oh, please, sir.
We're tired.
Do you understand the love a father has for his daughter?
Love is a big, funny word.
Dead people should be seen and not heard.
How does a person remember to forget? It's difficult.
It's not difficult.
We told you how it works.
Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river.
Dip yourself in the river.
I need direction.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
There are no directions.
I will. Try State 294 to Route 88 West. Take Route 88 West to Route 80. You'll go over a bridge. Go 3 miles. You'll come to the exit for Middle Road. Proceed 3 to 4 miles. Duck Creek Park will be on your right. Take a left on Fernwood Avenue. Continue straight on Fernwood past 2 intersections. Fernwood will curve to the right, leading you to Forest Road. Take a left on Forest Road. Go 2 blocks past the first entrance to the alley on the right. Take the second entrance. You'll go about 100 yards. A red brick house will be on your right. Look for the Illinois license plates. Go inside the house. In the living room, look out the window. You'll see the lights of the Mississippi River. Take off your shoes. Walk down the hill. You'll pass a tree, good for climbing, on your right. Cross the street. Watch out for traffic. Cross the train tracks. catfish are sleeping in the mud on your left. Roll up your jeans. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your feet in the river. And swim.
Where's my room? Where is my room? Answer me!
It's none of our business. What are you doing here?
You should be with your husband.
Up there.
Where is my father? Why is he sleeping? I've come back!
He can't hear you. It's too late.
What are you talking about?
He dipped himself in the river.
My father did not dip himself in the river.
He did. We saw him.
He wanted some peace and quiet.
He did not. Listen, I'll teach you the words. Then we'll know each other again. Ready? We'll start with my name, Eurydice. E-U-R.
He can't hear you. He can't see you.
He can't remember you.
I hate you! I've always hated you! Shut up, shut up, shut up! I'll tell you a story.
Try speaking in the language of stone.
It's a very quiet language, like if the pores in your face opened up and wanted to talk.
Stone. Rock. Tree. Rock. Stone.
Didn't you already mourn for your father, young lady?
Some things should be left well enough alone.
To mourn twice is excessive.
To mourn 3 times is a sin.
Life is like a good meal.
Only gluttons want more food when they finish with their helping.
Learn to be more moderate.
It's weird for a dead person to be morbid.
We don't like to watch it.
We don't like to see it.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Don't cry, don't cry. Learn the art of keeping busy.
It's hard to keep busy when you're dead!
It is not hard. We keep busy and we like it. We're busy, busy, busy stones. Watch us work, keeping still, keeping quiet. It's hard work to be a stone. No time for crying. No, no, no.
I hate you! I've always hated you!
Go ahead. Try to hit us. You'll hurt your wrist.
You'll break your hand.
Ha, ha, ha.
Is there a problem here?
No, sir.
You chose to stay with us, huh? Good. Perhaps to be my bride?
I told you, you're too young.
I'll be the judge of that. I've grown.
Yes, I see that.
I'm ready to be a man now. I'm ready to be a man.
Please, leave me alone.
I'll have him start paying the satins and silks. You can't refuse me. I've made my choice.
Can I have a moment to prepare myself?
Don't be long. The wedding song's already being written. They're very quiet. Inaudible, you might say. A dirt-filled orchestra. For my bride! Don't trouble the songs with your music, I say. A song is 2 dead bodies rubbing under the covers to keep
warm.
Well, well, well.
You had better prepare yourself.
There's nothing to prepare.
You had better comb your hair. You had better find a veil.
I don't need a veil. I need a pen.
Pens are forbidden here.
I need a pencil then.
Pencils too.
Damn you! I'll dip you in the river.
Too late. Too late.
There must be a pen. There must be. A pen. Dear Orpheus, I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I was afraid. I'm not worthy of you, but I still love you. I think. Don't try to find me again. You would be lonely for music. I want you to be happy. I want you to marry again. I'm going to write out instructions for your next wife. To my husband's next wife. Be gentle. Be sure to comb his hair when it's wet. Do not fail to notice that his face flushes pink like a bride's when you kiss him. Give him lots to eat. He forgets to eat and he gets cranky. When he's sad, kiss his forehead and I will thank you because he is a young prince and his robes are too heavy on him. His crown falls down around his ears. I'll give this letter to